welcome! Today I bring you a very easy, very basic and very satisfying DIY for the earrings that I'm wearing. I just made these 10 minutes ago, like before I filmed this. It was so quick and easy, and these are made from real leaves of my begonia maculata, which is this plant right here. If you're following me on Instagram, you probably are aware that this year has been the year of my love for plants, or the discovery of my love for plants. I'm totally gonna do a plant tour next, I swear. But for now, I just want to give you a tip if you want to have a souvenir of one of your plants. This way, if this plant dies, which is likely because this begonia is tough to take care of, and this is just a little gift from your plant that it will last you forever. This was just my second time doing this technique, so it's definitely not perfect, and I'm gonna tell you my mistakes so you avoid them. But this is so easy. You just need the leaves of a plant and a glue gun, and that's pretty much it. You don't even need to own any plants. You can just, go to a garden next to your home and just pick some leaves off the floor, some cutesy leaves that are not broken and that are small enough but big enough to make a nice earring. So first thing that you need to do is to get 2 leaves that are more or less the same size. You can also do this for necklaces or any other accessories that you wish, but today we're gonna do some earrings. So I had to trim my begonia because it was getting too leggy and too wide. So I got these little leaves from the parts that I trimmed. I grabbed some parchment paper and I put the leaves between a heavy book. This is just so you can flatten the leaves as much as possible. You can also do these with flowers, by the way, so it's always good to flatten them first. It just makes them easier to work with. So I leave them there for a couple of hours. You can leave them overnight if you want to. And then you're gonna grab that parchment paper still. You're gonna put the leaves to the side and you're gonna grab your glue gun. You're just gonna do a circle of glue in the parchment paper. This might take a couple tubes of glue depending on your glue gun. Mine is like the tiniest. So I used like 4 or 5 tubes and it was too much. I kind of was measuring the leaves with the quantity of glue. You want to make sure that you have a circle that is more or less the same size or a little bit larger if you want to be safe. Once you have enough glue, you just fold the parchment paper in half. And you grab your iron and you just iron the glue so it melts and it flattens. Once you feel like it's totally flattened and kind of gooey again, you open the parchment paper and you put the leaves in between, and then you close the parchment paper. So now this was my biggest mistake. I used the iron again when the leaves were already in the glue. I just wanted to make sure that the glue was totally melted so it would coat the leaves. But what I did here was just heat the leaves too much and it kind of turned brownish, and one of the leaves actually started deteriorating. It kind of fell apart. I just think the heat did that. Maybe I was a little bit too aggressive with the iron. So just skip this part. Just don't iron it again. Just iron it once just to melt the glue, and then when you put the leaves, you just close the parchment paper. No need to use the iron again. You just use your hands to press them together. Make sure that the leaves are nice and coated right between the glue, and that should be enough. I then use a piece of paper just to kind of take off the bubble. Don't do this with your hands directly because you're gonna burn yourself. The glue is probably very hot at this point. Then you just need to let it dry for a while. It would take maybe 5 to 10 minutes until it's cold again. And if you feel like it's not gooey anymore, it's kind of solid, you can open the parchment paper and you should have like this sheet of glue and the leaves are encapsulated inside. So now I just grab a pair of scissors and I just cut around the leaves. And here is a good moment to kind of give a new shape to a leaf if you prefer. One of them was a bit larger than the other, so I just cut it down to make them more or less the same size and same shape. And you can even make other shapes. Maybe you can have like a heart-shaped leaf if you want to. So now the glue is kind of opaque. I think I used too much glue. I think you could do with a thinner layer of glue and it wouldn't look as opaque as mine does. So I kind of melted the glue a little bit again, and this is also good to seal the ends and all around the leaves where you cut with the scissors, just to make sure it's really like enclosed in glue and that will last for a long time. So because I used the iron on the leaves, they kind of lost their color, and they lost one of my favorite things in this begonia, which are the white spots, which really made me sad. So I just grabbed some acrylic paint and I drew some white spots again, just to bring it back to life and make it look more like the original one. So for the last part, I grabbed these little hoop thingies on a craft store. This bag was like €1 or even less. I guess you can repurpose an earring that you have that you don't use anymore. You can make a hole with the hoop itself. You don't need any extra materials, no needle, no anything. The material, the glue is so soft, the leaves are soft, that is super easy to just puncture through. And yeah, and that's it. You're done. It was that easy. And now I have my begonia with me forever. You can do this with any plant, any leaves, any flowers. Don't kill your plant for earrings. You better don't do that. I'm watching you. Don't be mean to your plant. Use dry leaves, or if you're trimming your plant, just use the leaves that you trimmed. I think that's the safest option. That's the safest option. Or just use leaves that you found in the floor, on the street. That's also a good option. If you do this, let me know. Tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your plant earrings. And I guess that's it. I will see you on the next video. Bye!